Did you know that John Hayes Hammond Jr. was an animal lover? We often divide each other into two categories, dog people or cat people. Hammond, ever avoiding being pigeonholed, was both. And speaking of pigeons, he was also a bird person, although his birds were typically tropical. If you're looking for an inventor who was a real pigeon fancier, try Nikola Tesla. In any event, Hammond kept many pets throughout his life, and they were known to have free reign throughout the grounds of Hammond Castle Museum. This may have earned them little love from the staff members who had to clean up after them, but Hammond kept animals for the duration of his time living there. One of his more notable dogs was Boris, the German shepherd who made headlines when he was dognapped and held for ransom in 1936. It was claimed the dog itself had cost Hammond $2,000, which in today's money would be roughly $30,000. The ransom itself measured in the thousands as well, and although Hammond paid it, he took steps to ensure that this would never happen again. He embedded the glass from broken wine bottles on top of the wall surrounding his castle home, as the perpetrator had supposedly climbed over them in order to steal the dog. The glass remains there to this day. The same newspaper article that valued Boris at $2,000 also claimed that the dog was 10 years old at that time. This poses something of a puzzler, as 18 years later, in 1954, Hammond sent a dog named Boris to a kennel alongside, quote, special vitamins to allow him to grow up to a brontosaurus. If this were the same Boris, that would have made him an astonishing 28 years old. Given that that's at least twice the average lifespan of a German shepherd, either Boris was a record setter, or there were at least two Borises, or he wasn't 10 years old in 1936. Given that Hammond mentioned that he hoped Boris was learning about hygiene at the kennel, it is assumed that this may have been Boris II. Other dogs owned by Hammond include Poofy, the so-called castle guard dog, and possibly another hound named Graham. While Hammond loved his dogs, there is more evidence that he leaned towards feline companionship in general. He is said to have preferred Siamese or possibly Burmese cats the most. Some examples of their names include Boots, Blackie, Smokey, Taffy, who may have been his wife's cat specifically, Boo, Ming, Sulin, Tai, Prince Chichibu II, Prince Tapong, Prince Japareg, and Her Royal Highness. And if that list of names doesn't speak to Hammond's love of cats enough, there is also this poem that he wrote in honor of Boots. Boots is a code word that every cat knows. It means you are beautiful. Your eyes have the blue of high altitudes. Your ears are soft and fragrant like early rosebuds. Your lips are as black as polished ebony. Your tongue is coral and as rough as your criticism of my behavior. You have 100 bodies. When smug, you are a velvet tea cozy. When asleep with legs in air, a four-masted ship. Every woman should have your tail. It could be more expressive than her face. You are beautiful, and I am fortunate to sit at all four of your feet. We hope you enjoyed this video, but there's a lot more to explore about John Hayes Hammond Jr., his inventions, and his collection of art and artifacts. We invite you to visit us at Hammond Castle Museum in Gloucester, Massachusetts to learn more.